Tonight, a proposal for a nuclear power and desalination plant on the Eyre Peninsula. And we take a look inside a housing trust unit renovated by local school kids.
This is Southern Cross News with Abby Donaldson.
Hello. SA Senator Cory Bernardi has unveiled a proposal for a nuclear power and desalination plant on the Eyre Peninsula, which could provide the state with cheap electricity and supply water to a new agricultural irrigation scheme. However, some have questioned its viability.
Expanding the nuclear industry is a hot topic, and the Spencer Gulf is playing a major part in the conversation. SA Senator Cory Bernardi has released a white paper analysis from MIT University in America, which has modelled one built on the Eyre Peninsula.
It's irrational that we are limiting our ability to develop one of our great resources in a safe and responsible manner.
Costing $4 billion initially, it would produce between 600 and 1,500 megawatts of electricity to the grid. A new desalination plant would also be built, using nuclear power to deliver water security to the lower EP and new export opportunities. Senator Bernardi told the ABC nuclear must be part of the conversation on low emissions.
And the only one that provides that in a cost-effective manner, in a proven manner, in a sustainable manner is nuclear.
Member for Flinders Peter Treloar says he'll look at any proposal that shores up a fragile water supply.
That came out of left field, I guess. I'm not prepared to discount it at all.
Both Steve Sawyer and Eddie Hughes, however, aren't convinced. While safety is a concern, they say the big issue is whether it's actually a viable business.
It takes sometimes 10, 15 years to build a nuclear power station.
Either one, not commercially available, or two, they're likely not to be commercially competitive.
John Hunt, Southern Cross News.
A 56-year-old man has been charged with murder following the death of a 32-year-old man at an Aboriginal community near Ceduna in the Far West last night. Police were called to Denial Bay Road just before 6:20 following reports of a man with serious head injuries. Ambulance crews rushed him to the local hospital, but he died shortly after arrival. Broken Hill's Mayor Daria Turley says a water protest march planned for next month is not a political stunt. While she is Labor's candidate for Barwon in the New South Wales state election, she says it's solely about raising the concerns of the community.
Fighting for the region's waterways.
We're calling for a day of action for the community to join us to ensure that the government understands that we're not happy and in fact we're very angry.
Broken Hill City Council will hold a protest march next Saturday to give the community a chance to stand in solidarity and demand improved management of the region's waterways. It's as there's growing concerns about the fate of the Menindee Lakes once the Wentworth pipeline is operational.
The community are concerned and have always said their concern is the state of the Darling. The concern is the alleged over-extractions. The concern is about the process of Menindee Lakes and how they're cared for, and the proposed changes.
In a statement to Southern Cross News, a spokeswoman from the State Water Minister Noel Blair's office said the system will continue to be used for recreational, cultural and water management purposes, as well as supply in the lower Darling. She also said the lakes are very dry at the moment, with low rainfall and hot weather contributing to low inflows. Mayor Turley says next week's protest has nothing to do with her campaign for the seat of Barwon, and that the original motion was put forward by another local councillor at a meeting she was absent from. Patrick Ryanke, Southern Cross News.
As burn-offs begin around the regions, the CFS is urging local residents in the Mid-North and the Upper Spencer Gulf to make preparations around their homes before summer hits. As temperatures soar, fireys say a clean backyard can stop blazes from intensifying.
The last 18 months has been one of the driest in recent times, and although the grass is struggling to grow, it's still a major fire risk.
With significant weather that leads to catastrophic events, we really still could see a fire that would burn through the region and cause some problems.
Historically, many of the blazes in the area have been sparked by lightning strikes, although the CFS says even tools in the shed like angle grinders and oxy burners can start a blaze.
Any of those sorts of things that you need to use that creates heat can cause a fire on your property.
And as prescribed burn-offs begin this week on the Eyre Peninsula, Fireys want the public to take preventative measures on their properties too, to clear any vegetation or rubbish that could charge a fire.
The basic things like cleaning gutters, keeping their lawns and gardens well maintained, removing any flammable items.
Fire prevention officers from the different councils will be conducting property inspections ahead of the season, and fines and expiation notices will be handed out to those who fail to keep a safe and tidy yard.
The people that make the effort to have a defendable home, that's the difference between them surviving a bushfire and not.
For more information on when the bushfire season starts in your region, visit the CFS website. Garth Burley, Southern Cross News.
A housing trust unit renovated by local school kids has officially been handed back to the department. Students from Samaritan College have spent over a year working on the house.
In a 12-month period, this house on Brearley Street in Whyalla has undergone a major transformation. Samaritan College students have renovated the ageing housing trust unit, breathing new life into it.
It's absolutely amazing, John. This is the 17th house, Doorways to Construction has created.
They get a real good work ethic, they've got employers who get to see them in action, and they learn every part of building a house.
It's been officially returned to Housing SA. Students spent every Friday out at the property, working with local contractors. Mr. Judd says this was no easy subject, with the kids working in industry conditions.
They're here for a regular working day when their other friends have probably gone home, that they're out here without recess breaks, without lunch breaks.
Ms. Adair says this house will soon become a home.
In the next few weeks there'll be a family living in this property and they will understand.
For the students themselves, it's provided a building block for their future career aspirations.
Worked hard from 8:30 to 4 and kept going, and now we have this.
It's been a pretty good experience. We've learnt a lot of valuable things that we can use throughout our life.
John Hunt, Southern Cross News.
Looks great. Well, still to come tonight, 2 budding artists on the Eyre Peninsula have been selected for SA's prestigious Art Squad. Rotary clubs across Australia have united to raise awareness for World Polio Day. The painstaking journey to eradicate the disease is a stark reminder of the importance of vaccinating our kids.
Polio was once a disease that crippled the world. A vaccine was developed more than 60 years ago, and since then more than 16 million children have been saved from paralysis. And fighting the disease has been made easier with the help of local Rotary clubs.
Fundraise through our art shows, and then the money is distributed and gets into the polio system as well.
World Polio Day also aims to highlight the importance of vaccinating our children.
I think all the parents should come to the GP, their own doctor, and they'll talk to them, and GPs will give a good opinion about vaccination.
It's important for the community to roll up their sleeves to ensure the safety of other people. Recent data shows that the Mid-North has higher rates of immunisation than many of Adelaide's suburbs.
I want all kids under 4 should go and see the GP for meningococcal B, which is very, very important.
In 2018, only 6 cases of polio have been reported. If 3 years pass without a single case occurring, then it will be officially eradicated. Dominic Beaton, Southern Cross News.
Port Lincoln turned a pop of pink today to raise funds for local breast cancer support. Helen Hookings has been the local breast care nurse for 10 years, and to mark Pink Ribbon Day, the Port Lincoln Hotel hosted a fundraiser to ensure her work can continue in helping women become breast aware.
This year in Australia we expect over 18,000 women to be diagnosed with breast cancer. That's about 50 women each week. So women need to be aware.
As a McGrath Foundation breast care nurse, Helen supports women with breast cancer from Port Lincoln through to Ceduna. Port Augusta's best and brightest businesses have been rewarded for their service to the community. This year's awards was extra special for one local organisation who took home 5 trophies.
Red Gum Vet and Pet Boarding standing proudly on stage at the Port Augusta Business Awards, taking home 5 gongs. But the big winners were quickly back to business this week.
It was Really great to be recognised in front of the business community.
The pet service covers from Ceduna on the west coast to Coober Pedy in the north and took out the coveted title of Most Outstanding Business, as well as Excellence in a Medium Business.
It recognises the hard work that we've put in, particularly over the last 18 months.
But the awards did not stop there. 3 of their employees were judged the best in their categories. Head groomer Sky Wilson as Joint Young Employee of the Year, vet nurse Phoebe Story as Trainee of the Year, and pet boarding expert Dylan Moore as Employee of the Year.
It's still quite surreal actually, it was unexpected.
The 3 say their passion stems from helping animals in need.
I just love seeing sort of the gratitude of owners when they bring in sick animals and going home with something healthier.
Of the 13 awards on the night, other winners included the Arid Lands Botanic Gardens, Pure Indulgence Hair and Sundrop Farms. Garth Burley, Southern Cross News.
Meantime, Port Pirie's Tarpari Wellbeing Day has been nominated for an Aboriginal Health Award. This year's event focused on looking forward and encouraging the local Indigenous community to get their eyes checked.
The biannual event, Tarapari Wellbeing Day, is all about bringing communities together. SA Health have officially recognised the significance of the day by putting Port Pirie's Regional Health Service in contention to receive a prestigious medical accreditation, the Excellence and Innovation in Aboriginal Health Award.
I think it's a day that the whole community comes together, and we've had feedback from community that it's a fun day. They get to see what services are out there.
The theme of this year's festival was all about stressing the importance of eye health. Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders are 6 times more likely to suffer from blindness in later years than other Australians. An overwhelming 94% of these cases are treatable, which is why the focus of Tarapari Wellbeing Day 2018 was all about looking ahead.
There's a whole gamut of health issues that we're able to promote around having eye health, and the importance of having regular eye checks.
Health SA has taken interest because how unique the day actually is.
The flip side of that is it gives the agencies that attend the chance to get to know the community and see what their needs are.
Dominic Beaton, Southern Cross News.
2 budding artists on the Eyre Peninsula have been selected for SA's prestigious Art Squad, a program designed to empower young regional creative minds to develop the arts in their communities.
2 girls with a passion to ensure regional SA has a vibrant future in the arts.
I'd really like to explore further the way that we can integrate arts with the community, but also in building a stronger environment.
20-year-old Balili and 22-year-old Eliza have been selected to join an art squad among 9 regional artists across the state. Volunteering most of her time teaching dance, acting and preparing local productions, Balili looks forward to developing her creative career.
If I could merge what I do as my day job as a disability carer into the arts, I'd just love to see if I could make that work in future, disability care and arts together.
As an introduction into the squad, last week the girls had the chance to attend an Artlands conference in regional Victoria, opening their eyes and minds to the future of art.
With attending Artlands, I've learned a lot. I really got plunged into the art world that I haven't before.
Eliza hopes the squad will turn her hobby into a career.
I like to make things. I sew, I do woodworking, make some furniture, just making things for me generally.
Balili sees the inaugural program as a chance to deliver a more creative Port Lincoln.
I love just anything creative and being involved in community arts projects and facilitating for youth. So I want to get my hands into everything.
Casey Trelaw, Southern Cross News.
Stay with us after the break. We'll have Fuel Watch, and weather-wise we're in for some cracking conditions this week and it's warming up too. I'll have all the local weather details soon. Hello again. Time now for Fuel Watch. Here's Pat.
Not much to report on this week. Some minor changes going around, a few increases and a few declines. Starting with unleaded, and Port Lincoln is seeing some red. The coastal town is paying around 1 cent more than last week. In Whyalla, it's the same story. The Steel City is up to 1.63. Port Augusta joins Lincoln on $1.65 after climbing 2 cents, while over in Port Pirie, the price is breaking even in the high 150s. Kadina is starting to work its way down with a minor change. Broken Hill has done a lot better, dropping over 4 cents and giving locals some much needed respite. Over in Adelaide, the cycle has started once again, with prices touching the mid-140s. To diesel now, and it's a bit of a mixed bag. Despite both seeing up and down movement, Port Lincoln and Whyalla are both averaging 164. In fact, the majority of the Spencer Gulf is hovering in the mid-160s. Port Augusta is on 165, Port Pirie 162, and Kadina on 163. It's been a very bad week here in Broken Hill though, with the price jumping 6 cents to average 168. But true story, I've seen a few servos selling it in the 170s. Rounding out the board is the SA capital. The City of Churches has seen next to no movement this week and still breaks even on $1.60. Now remember, these prices are the regional averages and they do not reflect any one particular outlet. If you do find a spot that does sell unleaded or diesel for cheaper, let us know on our Facebook page.
Thanks, Pat. And time now to take a look at what's happening in the weather. Well, it was another gorgeous day around the Gulf today. Port Augusta reaching a top of 29 degrees. Cooler in Port Lincoln, 19 was the max today. On the satellite, speckled cloud over southeastern SA in the wake of a cold front is bringing the odd light shower, but skies are mostly clear elsewhere under a dominant high pressure system. On the waters for your Thursday, southerly shifting southwesterly winds up to 15 knots, seas at a metre with a southwesterly swell as usual, and sunrise will be at 28 past 6 and sunset at 20 to 8 tomorrow night. Just keeps getting later and later. Warming up tomorrow, a cracker in store for all centres. Broken Hill 33 the top, Port Augusta reaching a max of 31 degrees, Whyalla, Clare and Woodna 27 the top there. Looking to the weekend now, and temps are going to continue to rise for Friday. Woodna hot and 36 the max, before the dial drops back into the 20s for Saturday, where we could see the odd shower or two. Port Lincoln 22, and lovely conditions for Sunday as well. A bit of cloud cover creeping in on Friday as the mercury ramps up to Whyalla 29 the max. Port Augusta heading for a warm 34 degree day to end the week, but it will cool off a little for the weekend, and again we'll see a sprinkle or two on Saturday. Port Pirie, temps reaching the 30s for Friday and Saturday. We could see the odd light shower on Sunday. 27 is the magic number for Clare for most days, and warming up to 32 degrees in Broken Hill on Saturday, and it's looking like quite a cloudy weekend. And that's all the local news this Wednesday. Thanks for your company. Good night.